Then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me make it, they don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your weekly roundup. Welcome to the Value of Wrestling on the big time here with Mr. Z. We are in the house for your weekly roundup. We're going to talk about everything wrestling. We had a fun weekend. We got to see some great matches, some great stuff. Ugly Dojo Matinee Mayhem show was awesome. It was a great show. If you were there, you had to love it. Wound up with 10 matches on that card. I mean, there you go. There's your best dollar for your buck. 10 matches from some of the most talented stars around. If you were there, we got to see El Chupacabra, good old Chupi in action. Sir Samurai Scoot Robertson, the Metal Mechanic Bobby Callahan, Andrew Cass, and of course we got to see the likes of Chase Jackson and Talon. T-Bone Talon was on the card. We got to see ADK against Carrion and Bishop Dorian. They were on the card. The Gator Boys were in the house against Chris Blaze and Tim Rogan. The Gator Boys even having a wild weekend at the last minute, making a big debut in California Championship Wrestling last night. a place we've been telling them that's a place for you guys to make a ruckus and make a sound, and they got to make their debut. Unfortunately, we weren't there. We missed a great opportunity to be at a show like that, but that's okay. We had other obligations that we had to fulfill, and we will talk more about that. But Mr. Z, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. All aspects aside, I'm feeling great. Great way to start the Saturday to kick the weekend off. Get your Saturday going. Was the matinee mayhem? 10 matches on that card, which is unheard of, and
No.
all of them were all of them marquee matches.
All of them marquee. You started off with ADK against Bishop Dorian and Kyrie Owen, who had a solid match. You followed that up, I believe, with Jack Tracy, the big chiller Jack Tracy, against Chase Brings the Action Jackson. Then we saw Giga Herrera take on Dropkick. They showed up and put on one hell of a match. Then we got to see the Gator Boys against Chris Blaze and Tim Rogan. Sir Samurai going up against the Boogie Woogie Man of Lou Devereaux, which was great and fun. T-Bone Talent taking on the Uncanny Atomic Reyes. El Chupacabra taking on Who Rules. Well, Jules Raphael thinks he rules. And a great solid match. He may have bitten off a little more than he could chew in that match. And two guys that one we're familiar with. One was a new face, Cormac. The Patriarch of Pain. Cormac showed up and he took on the bad man, Eric Dennis. And I'm trying to remember as many of these names off the top of my head. I know a lot of people are going to be like, you said them all. And I'm like, I know. I got to have a little fun. I got to be ring announcer for a day, which is always fun. Always get the practice in, get the reps in, get better at what I like doing. And that was fun. And, of course, the main event, the Flyboy, Andrew Cass, taking on Scoot. Just Scoot.
You forgot one match. We had Heavy Metal versus good old
Yep,
rock
you're
and
right.
roll.
The old Heavy Metal versus Rock and Roll. The Heavy Metal mechanic Bobby Callahan taking on the VIP rock star Nick Night Train in a solid, great match too. Yeah.
And by the way, I want to. All jokes aside, that wrench is very fitting for the Metal Mechanic. That is for sure.
The Metal Mechanic came with a brand new wrench. It keeps getting bigger and bigger every time. Can't wait to see him come out with it again. But that was a. I think Nick Night Train was lucky that Bobby was in a good mood and not in an angry mood and didn't chase him around the ring with that big old wrench.
Yeah.
Could have been a lot worse.
But yeah, no, solid crowd as always. This is what we talk about. The matinee shows. They start your day off right. They bring the house. So, I mean, it was a solid.
No, it was a solid showing, and of course, yesterday being a busy day, all up and down California. Whether it was over in the Bay Area with East Bay Pro Wrestling, up in Sacramento with Next Level Pro Wrestling, West Coast Pro Wrestling out in San Francisco, all having shows. California Championship Wrestling, who we love and respect, having their show out of Modesto, California last night, downtown at the Persuasion Brewery. That was awesome. We also know that Oasis Pro and Hard Knocks Pro had their wrestling match down in Pomona, where our boy, the Punjabi Lion Shima, got to dance a little bit of action down there. So it was solid across the thing. I know out of East Bay, Jack Tracy was defending his title against Kyrie Leon. Kyrie Leon been wanting a title shot. Jack Tracy giving him that big shot. Jack Tracy still coming out, holding on to that title. And, of course, ADK trying to regain those East Bay tag team titles. Unfortunately, came up a little bit short. And so East Bay doing their things. Heard that was a great show. Heard West Coast Pro was a great show where the Crush Boys, Titus Alexander and Starboy Charlie did their thing. Was great. CCW was great, where the Gator Boys got to show up and make a statement, make their names. And another company. Can't wait to see them in action again, and any of the great talent that we've seen over this time. We got to see our boy Chupi not once but twice, and he wrestled 3 times in one night, making the rounds like nobody else. So that was big and busy. And Chupi do what?
He took a snack with him.
Yes, Chupi took a snack with him. He took a goat from a fan in the crowd at the second show, and yeah, I think he was very happy to have a goat
Yeah.
to snack on as he headed to the next level. We love our boy Choopy, always fun. You can see that video is posted on YouTube. I'm sure on other social medias, it's out there. Instagram, TikTok. You can see Choopy walking out with the goat. He got his
Yep.
goat. Speaking of other shows, Ramble Warriors Championship Wrestling had a solid show last night. Of course, Choopy opening it with El Mago in a solid match. Choopy coming up short there against El Mago, which is really cool and really awesome. From there, let me pull out the sheet. Give me 1 second. I'll leave you with Mr. Z to talk about stuff for a moment.
Oh yeah, no, folks. Like you said, Choopy falling a little short in his match with Omago last night, and like you said, after the match, folks, Choopy taking a goat from a fan, putting him in a better mood. Off with a snack, he went.
Yes. El Mago beat El Chupacabra, and then we had the 209 click of I know it was CJ Dirt. I forget who his tag partner was in that. You know the 209 click a little better than I do. I would hope so, since you're repping them right here on this show today.
All I know is we had the man outside. We had their boy outside the ring, Big MF. I mean, he was what they're holding it down for his boys.
And of course, they took on the team of the Golden Era, David Dutra and Nick Ruiz. And the Golden Era making an impact. The Golden Era tag team champions in Fighting Spirit Pro last I've seen. They may hold more tag team gold. I don't know. But they won that. They won last night and now are the #1 contender for the tag team titles in the realm. And if I understand correctly, THC is your tag team champions. So we're going to have to see the Golden Era against THC in the future. From there, we had Andrew Cass against Dom Cirrus. Dom Cirrus pulling out the big win there over Andrew Cass, and both partly due to one Brandon Humphreys interference. He showed up and laid out both men, but Dom Cirrus got the win in that match. But both men would get a little bit later revenge in their own right.
Oh yeah.
Next up was a triple threat match between Daniel Torch, Mighty Myra, and Michael Hayashi. Last time we saw Michael Hayashi one-on-one with Mighty Myra in a match that we weren't very happy with. I think you were probably more disappointed because you know both of these talents in your own right and believe they could do better. I was new to both of them at this point in time when we first seen them, and was just like, this is what? But this time they tied it up again in a triple threat where we got to see our boy Daniel Torch, who made his debut in the realm. And outside of some issues that started this match off, which we'll talk about a little bit later, we're not going to get into this. Torch worked through this match, gave an excellent show. This match was decent for the most part, pretty solid match. In the end, the Mighty Myra wins by pinning both Daniel Torch and Michael Hayashi.
Yes. Yeah, no, overall, I mean, Torchy showed up and showed out, and, coming up a little short on your debut, that's business. It happens. We'll see where it goes from there.
Up next, Brandon Humphrey took on Dreamy Drew in what was a 4-corner lumberjack match, and the lumberjacks had straps. Don't know why this was all necessary. Don't know where this story came from. It was more to add to his story in a different direction, more than why we needed Dreamy Drew and Brandon Humphrey to get into a 4-corner lumberjack strap match. So 4 men originally came out in mask, looking like they came out of the Batman, the Dark Knight movie, when the Heath Ledger and the Joker, and looking like the Joker's characters in luchador clown mask. So they were unidentifiable who they were. Eventually, a 5th member joined this crew, and they would whip on Dreamy Drew or Brandon Humphrey as they were on the outside of the ring. In the end, Dreamy Drew was able to get the big upset, And then Brandon Humphrey was attacked afterwards by one of the masked men after the masked man revealed himself as Flyboy Andrew Cass. And then Dom Sears proved himself. Dom Sears and Andrew Cass worked over Brandon Humphrey together, taking him up and taking him out, even all the way up on the stage. From there, we had the Gangrel versus Michael Shawn match. Michael Shawn, again, another representative of the 209 Clique. But Gangrel, the Vampire Warrior, getting the big win. And finally, we had the finals for the Realm of Warriors Championship Wrestling World Championship, as Kenny K, who had previously won a match, and Midas Creed, who previously won a match, to get to this championship match. They crowned a new world champion when Midas Creed was able to upset the last spine-bender, Kenny K. Midas Creed, now your Realm of Warriors World Champion, and that was Realm of Warriors Championship Wrestling. Lots of good, solid matches. Lots of stuff there that was good. Some stuff that was okay, and then some stuff that was just what it was.
Yeah, no. Overall, good show. Good show. Everyone worked their ass off. I give them that. You know, we always enjoy going to watch everyone do what they do best. It's just, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was all good stuff. Wrestling this week. I mean, a lot of people have been talking about wrestling this week. One of the big things has been the Moxley spot where he crashed onto the spike 4x4, 2x4, whatever it was. A lot of people feeling whichever way they want. I think it was unnecessary. I don't know why. I know Sheree has come out and she is saying, well, why is everybody worried? He wanted to do it. It's normal to him. So why is everybody, people just want a reason to bitch and complain. I don't think we're bitching or complaining in the sense that it's just like, was there a necessity for it? Did it benefit? And this is what I look at. If something happens in wrestling, does it benefit anybody? Did this moment benefit Moxley? Did it benefit Copeland? Did it add to this match? Did it get everybody talking? Yes. But, I mean, it was a little more brutal than necessarily needed to be. It looked painful. It looked more dangerous than it needed to be. And it's just AEW in this way of letting people stab people with needles, even if they're safe. There's just a line of, you know, I get Moxley did this stuff before he ever got on TV, but there's a reason a lot of this happens on an independent scene and not on national TV.
The nail-ridden board looked like something that I would have done as a kid when I was bored with Dad's hammer and nails. That's what it looked like to me. It was uncalled. Yeah, people are not gonna like my voice on this one, but it was, to me, I didn't feel like it was necessary to have that extreme of a weapon that 50-50 shot, something could have gone wrong.
Well, and we've seen this weapon. We've seen different variations of this style weapon over the years, and we've known, but there's always been a safety call to actually land at it, have it actually stick in your back, and the image of trying to pull it out of the bag.
Yeah.
It just overserves the purpose, and wrestling is always going to be a thing that's mimicked. And this is where wrestlers have a responsibility in some sense of what they do. They have to know it's going to be done safely. I mean, I hate to say somebody would go out there and do it for themselves, but.
Well, I mean, it's no different because, like I said, we went from that. Oh, they did that. And I know there's a handful of guys that we talk to on out there in the independents out here that do go to shows and do death matches, and to each their own, but it's done safely. This did not feel safe at all. The image of it didn't look safe.
No, I just felt unnecessary from top to bottom for me. Just felt very, very unnecessary. And it's hard to say.
Yeah, I get it. But, I mean, it could have been worse. We could have talked about Time Cop. Just play it.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is some interesting news. WrestleCon is taking place over WrestleMania weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's going to be taking place, I believe, at the Las Vegas Convention Center. I would have to look if something on here would tell me.
I'm pulling it up right now. I'm looking right now. Where's Las Vegas? Here we go. Westgate, Las Vegas Resort and
Casino, yeah. Over there where it used to be, yeah, Westgate. But guests for the show keep changing and updating. Looking over it, we have on Thursday only Saraya, AEW's own Saraya will be there. Ronda Rousey, Mike Tyson. Saturday and Sunday, we see Timeless Tony Storm. And in an update, Wolfpack Sting will be available Saturday, while traditional black and white Crow Sting will be available on Sunday. Sting adding another day to the WrestleCon with lots of rumors and speculation that he will be in town Friday to induct his friend, his buddy for years and years into the Hall of Fame. Will Sting be the man that inducts Lex Luger in the Hall of Fame? Very much looks like the possibility is growing, but I'm sure WWE is going to keep it very secret. We also know WWE has been hinted at in rumors that they've been working with AEW to get Sting on this show. Other names, Friday only, you have Mustafa Ali. Friday through Saturday, Miranda Ali's. Thursday through Sunday, Arn Anderson will be in the house. If you want Double A to sign something or shake a hand, get a photograph, Arn Anderson will be there. Just make sure he doesn't have a gun. Also, with that being said, that means his son, Brock Anderson, will also be in the house. Kurt Angle will be in the house. The Barbarian will be in the house. The Stuff Marcus Alexander, or as we know him today, Buff Bagwell, will be there Thursday through Sunday. Angle's Friday and Saturday, as is the Barbarian. Josh Barnett will be featured Friday and Saturday. Shelton Benjamin of AEW and the Hurt Syndicate Friday and Saturday. Old Time coming back from the 90s, and Husk, the Berserker, will be there Friday and Saturday. Bestia 666 will be there Thursday and Friday. Tessa Blanchard, Friday through Sunday. Tully Blanchard, going to be there with his daughter Saturday only. Barbie Blank, better known as Kelly Kelly, will be there from Friday and Saturday. Sky Blue will be in the house Saturday and Sunday. Watch yourself because, your boy Will Ospreay's lover boy might be there watching over her shoulder. We don't know. Celeste Bonin will be there Friday and Saturday. Isaiah Brookside will be there Friday through Sunday. D'Lo Brown Friday and Saturday. Butterbean in the house Thursday through Sunday. Brian Cage, the Machine, AEW's own, Don Callis family, and Chico's own, somebody that we've known and is a big factor of some big names in the professional wrestling business and people that we've worked with, talked to, like an AJ Kirsch. Responsible. Brian Cage will be there Saturday only. Matt Cardona going to be there from Friday to Sunday. Damien 666 will be there Thursday, Friday. The former tag team champions of the world, Demolition, going to be there Friday and Saturday. Raj Zahisi, the former modern day Maharaja.
Yes.
Modern day Maharaja.
Maharaja. Yeah, there you go. Oh. Dude, how do we forget his other name? Is his FKA, man?
The modern day Maharaja.
Yeah.
I can remember his nickname, but I can't remember his name right now, or what his WWE is the name is formerly known as name. Right?
Yeah.
Jinder Mahal. There we go.
Yeah.
The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, will be there Thursday through Sunday. Shane Douglas and Francine will be there Friday through Sunday. And now announced, Ultimo Dragon will be in the house. Bully Ray and Devon Dudley, the Dudley Boys, in the house. Elijah, the former Elias, will be in the house Friday and Sunday. Journey Fatu, who we know very well and can't wait to see, will be there Friday and Saturday. The Nature Boy Ric Flair will be there Friday, Saturday. Mick Foley will be there Thursday through Sunday. Katie Forbes will be there Friday through Sunday. Penelope Ford Friday through Sunday. Don Fry Friday and Saturday. The Godfather, will be in the house. Henry O. Godwin will be in the house Thursday through Sunday. Billy Gunn going to be in the house Friday through Sunday, along with the Guns being there Saturday and Sunday. Also, Hollywood Haley J will be there Friday and Sunday. Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy will both be there Thursday through Sunday. Julia Hart there will be Friday and Saturday. As if you say his name and he will appear, he will be appearing at Stockton, or at WrestleCon, Bad Behaviors, will be there Friday and Sunday. Hollywood will be there Friday through Saturday. The Honky Tonk Man Thursday through Sunday. The Inspirations, yes, Billy Kay and Cassie. I can't think of her last name off the top of my head. The Inspirations will be there Friday and Sunday. J-Rod Friday through Sunday. Faye Jackson Friday through Saturday. Mickey James Friday and Sunday. The Lonely Rocker will be there Thursday and Sunday as Marty Jannetty. Why anybody's booking this man, I don't know. Ahmed Johnson Friday to Saturday if you want to go see him. Alex Kane will be there Friday and Saturday. Frankie Kazarian Friday and Saturday. Mark Kerr Friday through Sunday. Kingsley will be Friday only. The Hurt Syndicate's very own Bobby Lashley Friday through Saturday. JBL, John Bradshaw Liefeld Thursday through Sunday. Lita Thursday through Sunday. Zoe Lucas Thursday only. Lex Luger Thursday through Sunday. MXM Collection. We know that Mr. Clark would love to be going with us and sitting between the MXM, the Maximum Male Collection. Will be there Friday through Sunday. Dee Malenko will be there through Friday, Saturday. Eva Marie, All Red Everything will be there Saturday and Sunday now. Shazza McKenzie will be there Thursday only. Cheerleader Melissa. Candace or Michelle will be there Friday and Saturday. The Great Muda Friday and Saturday. Big Kevin Nash Thursday through Sunday. The so-called leader representative of the Hurt Syndicate, MVP, will be there Friday through Saturday. Brian Myers will be Thursday through Saturday. Nick Nemeth will be there. ODB will be there Thursday through Sunday. Jojo Offerman will be there Friday through Saturday. Nathala Perez will be there Thursday through Sunday. DDP will be there Friday and Saturday. Sonny Ono will be there Friday and Saturday. Miguel Perez, huh?
Real quick, Sonny Ono, the mastermind behind the selfie before selfies were cool. Who wouldn't want to take a picture with this man?
Miguel Perez will be there Thursday and Sunday. Somebody I think Mr. Z would be excited to see. El Phantasmo, now scheduled to be there Friday only. Jim Powers, a jobber to many stars, will be there Thursday through Sunday. Deanna Perrazzo, somebody we may have to go see, will be there Friday and Saturday. We need to get a picture with her. This is for sure. Daria Ray, the former Sonya Deville, will be there Friday through Saturday. Kylie Ray of WWID will be there Friday only. Dustin Rhodes, Friday only. Justin Roberts, Friday only. Dennis Rodman, the Worm, will be there only on Friday. Paul Roma. Pretty Paul Roma. Pretty wonderful. Power and Glory. Thursday through Sunday. Paul Roma. Mr. IRS Mike Rotunda, Thursday and Sunday. If you want to see Money Inc., there's a great time to go see them. Kip Sabian, Friday through Sunday. The one and only Sabu. Mandy Sachs, Friday through Saturday. Nina Samuel, Sunday only. The Sandman, Thursday through Sunday. Melissa Santos will be there. Perry Saturn will be there Thursday through Sunday. Ashley Sabria, or Excellence by Ash, will be there Friday through Saturday. Dan Severn, Friday to Sunday. Ron Simmons, Thursday through Sunday. Sergeant Slaughter, Friday through Sunday. Freya the Slayer, Thursday through Sunday. Gene Snitsky, it wasn't his fault. Don't let your babies around Gene Snitsky and you'll be okay. He'll be there Friday through Sunday. Thursday through Sunday, Rick Steiner. Thursday through Sunday, Scott Steiner. Sunday only, Danny Stratos. And Mr. Z is completely safe because only on Saturday will the Murder Grandpa be at WrestleCon, Minoru Suzuki. Mr. Z won't be in the house on Saturday, so he saved himself from the choppy that could be.
Well, that's just Saturday. We don't know about Friday yet.
He's only there Saturday. We'll have to see if we can shade him down. Taya Valkyria, Friday through Sunday. Leah Vandal, the former Carmella, will be there Friday through Saturday. Rod Van Dam will be there Friday through Sunday. Lisa Marie Verone, the former Victoria, will be there Thursday through Sunday. Red Velvet in the house on Friday and Saturday. If she cooks up some red velvet cake, I might be there. The Warlord will be there Friday through Saturday. Another opportunity missed by Mr. Clark. Nick Wayne and his mom, Shayna Wayne, will be there Thursday and Friday. Nydia White will be there only Sunday. Paul White will be there only Friday. And then Thursday through Sunday, you get a double bonus. I have to assume Jazzy Yang and Jimmy Yang in the house.
Yeah. You know what? And I got to say, I think the only reason, like one of my main reasons to go would, yes, Great Muta. It'd be an honor to meet that man. I mean, I've done one of my personal favorites over the years. But to meet Jimmy Yang, someone that my brother and I used to always crack jokes about just because it was a hilarious gimmick, but it worked. You know, just to meet that man and send my brother a picture. Hey, I met our favorite cowboy. That worked for me.
So yeah. Powerhouse Hobbs. I didn't see him on the list, but he's over here on the mail-ins. You can get some mail-ins, I guess, if you want to get an autograph in the mail. Several names there that you can get mail-ins on at WrestleCon.
That's cool. That's pretty cool.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we do need to address an issue that came up because we were there. And it offended it offended us, and we felt it was uncalled for. We've been to a couple of shows now, and we've been to a couple of shows that have had live commentary. And one of the few things we have a hard time with live commentary is when they take away from the match, the wrestlers in the match, the workers in the match. We've been at live wrestling commentary where they've made fun of the referee, and we feel that, takes away. I have somebody that has very much made the statement that you can't belittle the referee. If you make the ref feel less than important, then he's dead. He has no authority in the ring. He has no power in the ring once you kind of squander his authority. And we've had issues with some things that have been said by a commentary team, and we firmly believe a commentary team is there to help progress the story that's going on in the ring, help the workers in the ring to add to the story, or help fuel heat in a more positive direction. Now, it's not really necessarily a hidden factor. It is out there. We know our buddy Daniel Torch took to Twitter, X, whatever it's called nowadays. Anyways, last night to clear the air and make a statement about comments that were made directed at him about him. That we, and it's been a privilege and an honor to get to see Torch in action over the last several months and get to know him. I don't know him on some deep personal level. But we do get to hang out with him. We do get to shoot the shit with him. We do get to spend time with him. And so I feel like, he's somebody we kind of know. And we love supporting. We love seeing Torch in action. Anytime I've seen Torch in that ring, he brings 100% plus. He brings it. I mean, we know that he has a deep-rooted feud with our table for whatever reason. Any match he's in, it seems like, except... last night he didn't get anywhere, but we were way far from the ring, so I guess that's what the safety was, and we were on a second level, so our table was kind of safe. But Torch, at least in the last 3 SPW shows, somehow wound up around our table or taking out our table or attacking our table. So we have a deep history with Torch. And so comments were made from the commentary team last night at an event calling Torch a meth head. And this is not true. Torch is an outspoken straight edge. Never done drugs, and we've talked to him. We even talked to him after these comments, because initially when these comments were made about him being a meth head, we were both kind of like, wait a minute. I mean, I was kind of ready to get up and get like, hey, don't say stuff like that. But I also had to step back because I didn't know if this was part of his storyline or if this was something that was meant to be said. And we did talk to Torch afterwards and found out no, none of these comments were correct or a part of his story. And the first one was they directly called Torch a meth head, which is kind of body shaming, because Torch is not a big buff person, and Torch is, a lot of people are going to say, well, Torch has heard it all before, he gets that shit, and I know what it's like. When I was skinny, people said that to me a lot when I was younger, so I get where people assume that, but that comes down in this new era to a lot of body damage. But the other one that was a big deal was some time back in August, September, Torch's house caught fire. And we remember this because we were at the SPW show Plead the 5th in September, where they held a fundraiser for Torch to raise some money to help him recover from that. And during this match, they made the statement that Torch had 2 houses that had exploded mysteriously, and they didn't know who did it. And it was kind of a real over-the-top, unnecessary, especially knowing for us the situation with Torch, and that was kind of close to home, and he was not very happy about it. And I don't want to speak anymore for him. If you want to go to Daniel Torch's X page and look up what he said, he has expressed his views about the situation. And I know I posted that I think commentary needs to help benefit the workers in the ring, that if you're going to have live commentary, it needs to be for the benefit of the overall show, of the match, of the workers. The commentary team doesn't necessarily need to be a comedy sideshow that's doing its own thing. And again, one thing that we look back on, the commentary team kind of made cracks or took out away from the story in a couple different matches, where they made sideline comments about something else that was going on that didn't really need to be indirected. But they weren't as what felt as malicious as the comments that were directed to Torch. Torch was definitely one of the few people, and I don't know if this was a situation after Torch went back, something was said and they corrected this behavior then. I don't believe so, but we don't know. But
Right.
Torch was kind of the only person that was singled into an adept of, like, you could really say that it was a personal thing. And for us, we believe that if you're on a part of commentary, when we try to do commentary anywhere we go, we try to tell the story, we try to progress the story, we try to give history of the story, if there's history, or of the wrestlers, of what we know, to benefit and maybe give it a little bit of a opinion based on what we know. But we don't take any business to try and elevate ourselves or try to get ourselves over. There are roles within professional wrestling that are supporting roles, whether it be a commentary, whether it be, referees have a very important role. And yes, they are a character that's working in the ring just as much as the wrestler, but they are also not the main star. The referee shouldn't be out there to outshine the performers in the ring. Even when I ring announce, I know that I want to, sound like a great and professional ring announcer, and be on a certain level. And my biggest thing is to always make the wrestlers sound good when I introduce them, is to give them that, get the fans, riled up and think, ooh, this is a big deal, because it's a supporting role to the bigger story.
Yeah.
And when commentary takes their own 2 cents and mixes it in, I find it very disheartening. I was offended, and it made it very hard to enjoy some of the rest of the night, because I was really offended. And then after talking to Torch and understanding that these were not pre-scheduled, these weren't discussed with him prior, these were just kind of shots across the bow, and that he was very angry and upset. And then reading his ex post, and he did give us a little insight to some personal stuff that's not my place to say, but it does open some other directions. And another thing is, there's no reason to joke about drugs, because addiction is a serious issue. And it's already unfair when you talk about professional wrestling, where people in professional wrestling already, people who look at professional wrestling, people especially who are outside of professional wrestling, who don't really understand it, or maybe some casuals, already know that, there's a history of drug abuse, there's a history of alcohol abuse. When it comes to professional wrestling, professional wrestlers already carry a kind of bad connotation with that, and this doesn't help. And then in my final statement, before I let Mr. Z have the floor and give his words, because I know he's dying, the other thing is, this was Daniel Torch's debut at this show, and this was his first appearance. And when you set something up like that, and Torch, as far as I know, wasn't the heel in this match. I don't know if there was a heel in this match per se. I think it was 3 people who just went out there and had a great match. But this is his debut, and the first thing people connect him to is being a meth head. Now, usually in independent wrestling, people get around and know a little bit, and we hope that some of the people there know a little more than what they learned tonight. But I'm sure there might be people who just come to these shows who may never have seen Daniel Torch tonight, and now they're going to connect that ideology of meth head to Daniel Torch, and it's not fair, because that's not who he is. And it's offensive, and I'm a type of person that I have a bit of loyalty, and when it comes to that, I'm kind of ready to go like, hey, wait a minute, that's not cool. Now, Mr. Z's been around a lot of these people a lot more, and the independent scene here in California a lot more in depth, and he's known Torch a lot longer than I have. He's known Chupi and El Flaco Loco and a lot of these big names that we're getting connected with, who have opened doors for us, who have welcomed us in, who have just been, willing to be friends to us, who support what we do, who love what we do. And so, Mr. Z, floor's yours.
Yeah, no, hands down, it was foul. It was uncalled for, and having the conversations that I've had with others who have messaged me personally, asked me what had happened because they've read Torch's post, and it was one of the individuals was somebody who wrestled with Torch, who graduated with Torch, who was a referee in the promotion that Torch graduated from, and saying that was very foul. You don't say that, and he's none of those things. And again, jokes are jokes. But the last night, we could have let them. We gave a pass at the first one. We're like, okay, that's uncalled for. We could pass that. But after you talk about someone's house burning, joke or not, and if they didn't know, they should know. I was very pissed off, because that poor man lost everything in something that was completely out of his control. So, yeah, no, you're a commentary team. You are there to tell the story. You are there to put a highlight on what is going on in the ring and not get yourself over. And last night, they were doing nothing but getting themselves over.
No. And you took a chop for Torch, technically. I mean, that was Plead the Fifth is where we made the donation, where you got chopped by Chima. And that was all in the good fun of not only doing the Choppy Hall of Fame for us, but it was also to help. We were like, this is a great opportunity to kind of do this, have fun with it, but also support Torch, who we've gotten to know, and we're getting to know, and we're really supportive of, because you had known Torch prior to this, and knew he was a good person. This is a good guy, and we had no problems with making a donation. So, we stand with Torch, we support Torch, and I know Mr. Z, the first comment had me kind of dug in and already ready to jump up, but when the second one hit, it was like really like, ooh, like that was a step too far. And I don't know if this will hurt business relationships for us in the future. We accept the responsibilities in those matters. We know that, but we felt that we owed it to the Torch in a way. We owed it to our fans, and we owe it to ourselves to kind of voice that, there's a place and a time for things, and there's not really a place and a time for those jokes. I don't think there's I mean, if you're in a company where those things are going on and there's a character that's their storyline, maybe that's a good time. And I know a lot of people say, well, Torch is used to it. And we've heard this. And I know Torch even said, well, you know, he's used to it. He's used to it. And he was finally just fed up because it was like, it was old. It was a decade old joke. He's heard it for years. And when he said it was like a decade old joke, I'm like, damn, he's been hearing these same things for 10 years and just put up with it, put up with it, put up with it. It's just a shame. And there's never a time for that. Now, if the boys are joking about it and Torch can deal with it, I can see why the boys might say that. But to put it out in a public aspect is very different. What you say behind the scenes is one thing, and I could say people joke around and we give each other, me and you give each other crap about things that if somebody else probably gave us crap about, we'd be ready to fight. Yeah, bar none, but that there's a different kinship in that. In this environment, in a public setting, there's just never a time and a place to call somebody a meth addict or joke about their housing exploding, regardless even if Torch's house hadn't recently burned down, there was still no reason to add those extra, oh, your house explodes, with the reference of first being a meth head. Oh, he's had 2 housing explosions. You're just adding, the commentator doubled down on their initial statement. It's really what they were saying. And I got that, but the part that hurt was like, do you even know that Torch's house just burned down? Like, you just hit home. And yes. I understand this person probably didn't know. If they did know, it'd make it a whole lot worse, but I don't think they really knew. But again, this is a debut for Torch, and I don't think this is the proper place or time to set the example to do that.
Like, no, and then here's the thing: it's like I gotta admire not just Torch, but the others involved in the match being completely professional and finishing the match, because I know for a fact Torch has worked with these individuals before in other promotions, and I'm pretty sure they felt the same kind of ick that we did.
Well, they stayed professional. They did what they needed to do, and Torch, did what he needed to do and gave us an excellent show, regardless of what was said. He stayed a true professional, and gave us a great match. But I know afterwards, because we talked to him, we were like, we got to talk to him, and we asked him, and he was very heated, and it really it hurt us and upset us, because we look at him as a friend, somebody we would support on a dime. And there's several names of people that we've gotten to know and done things with that we would support, and if they needed us for whatever it may be, we'd probably be there. It's who we are, and these people are people we get to know, that we've made relationships with. I'm not saying they're deep personal relationships, like we hang out and drink, soda pop with them and that stuff. But I mean, these are people we've been in locker rooms with and shot the shoot with, and
Oh yeah, definitely. And again, completely unprofessional.
Yeah,
beyond unprofessional.
It was unprofessional, and it's made us do a lot of thinking about what the future is going to be for the value wrestling, in some aspects, about where we have to say we got to draw a line in the sand on some things. We know that there's an element of, yes, we can do business with people, and we love doing business. We may not all have to see eye to eye to do business, but there is also a fine line of what do we say is acceptable, and last night was just beyond the level of acceptable. I think in that initial moment, in that initial frustration, we were ready kind of walk out, just because we just didn't find it appropriate,
No. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing too. It's like not only did you like pretty much crap on a man making his debut match, but you took the air out of certain individuals, like ourselves, our sale. We were hyped to be there, and then you killed
it. And we do know a couple fans that did leave after that.
Yes,
we do know some fans.
Yes, yeah. I know a couple that left because of it, because they were like that wasn't going to be tolerated.
Yeah. And I think, sometimes you have to draw your line on what you're going to work with in a company that allows that to happen. We have to say, well, is this a company we want to be associated with our brand? Because we always try to stay humble, positive. We try to be the best. We want to be with anybody we work with, that they know that we're going to bring our A game, that we're going to bring our best, that we're always going to put out the best, and stay true. We don't try to talk about gossip or rumors. We don't spread vicious lies. We don't give out information that's not supposed to be given out. We don't try and give out any spoilers. We created a reputation, and we're beloved by many, many people in this, and we work very hard on that reputation. And in the world of professional wrestling, reputation is almost everything. It is your key to a lot of things. What people think about you and what people say about you is a big thing. And if you create a reputation that carries any kind of negative connotation, it can really hinder your ability to do certain things.
And that's all we got. All we got is all we have is our handshake is worth value right now, and we don't want to associate with that's going to ruin that value.
No, and that is a big thing. We are the value of wrestling, and we want to put value back into wrestling. That is the vow of the value of wrestling. I know it sounds cliche, but that's part of the reasoning we exist in the way we are, why the name is the value of wrestling, why VAL is the initials, because our vow is to put value back into wrestling. That's what we want to do. And we work very hard. We try to stay very humble, respectful, and understanding that we are being let into a world that we could only used to dream of, and it's a privilege and an honor to be in these positions, in these places. And that we met so many awesome, amazing people who thank us for what we were doing, and let us in. And we just keep trying to do everything. And that the biggest factor is we're here to support these guys and girls and these people. And we want to support independent wrestling. And anything we do, we want to make it better for the time we had there. And that's what we try to do. We talk about a lot of things. And unfortunately, sometimes we don't, we go out and we film a lot of shows, and if you don't see the footage come out from either end, usually it's because the footage is not up to the level that we feel is going to be the best footage to put out. And we don't want to put out a quality that's going to make us or any company we work for look less or not professional or whatever. And so a lot of times that's why when we go to these shows and you don't see the footage, we don't put out something, we didn't get what we wanted. Sometimes that's just because of bad camera angles, bad lighting. Sometimes it's just equipment that malfunctions. It's just things. And we're growing and learning, and it's all about developing and making everything better. And so, we love everything we get to do. We love everything we get to be a part of. And we're just here to be humble. And take the opportunities we have, and we're not trying here to bash anybody. What happened last night didn't have to do with any of the workers on the show, any of the wrestlers or the athletes, any of them that came in and did this show. This came from a commentating team that was at this company. I can't say the company knew this were going to be said or how this was all going to be a fallout. So we're not trying to put blame. I mean, it's obvious. People can figure out who we're talking about as much as they can figure out who Torch is talking about, because it's out there, information out there you can find out. But we're not trying to just bash on a company. We're just saying what happened last night was uncalled for. Somebody making statements that were just out of line. And then some people might come back and say, hey, it's perfect, it's what we do, it's the way we want it, and that's fine. If that's the way you want to do things, then maybe that's not the place for us.
Exactly. And that'd be the unfortunate situation, because like you said, we're so humble and respectful in what we do. We appreciate anyone that's given us the opportunity, and to just say, what, we can't do this no more. It's a fine line of, we can do business all day, but when you do something like that to where we're just like, we can't do business no more, that's a problem.
Yeah. And this company it puts a lot of quality into their products, their look, they're visionary. They have a lot of things they do to make these matches feel important. They have a lot of good things. They have a big staff of people that were working there last night to get all these things kicked off. They have a lot of different people that are, doing many different things at this show that were also been great. There was a lot of great things about this show. So it's not that we're bashing this company, this show, this brand. We're just saying what commentary said in this moment really took the sales out of us and out of some people, and then it made people leave. And it's riled up some people on the internet and could really be a bad look for the company. Hopefully it's a learning lesson for everybody. And we can all do better. That's all we want to do. Is just we felt there was a need to address statements that were made, and we've been to a couple of shows where we've been a little bit disappointed that the commentary felt like it was out for its own personal gain, for its own attention. There's got to be a fine level of like, hey, you want to be on commentary, you want to say things, keep it relevant, keep it within the match, keep it in a way that benefits the story. If you want to give heel heat as a commentator, make sure it's kind of justified. That it's within the character, within the story, within whatever's going on, and not something that you're pulling from here that's not a overall benefit. And again, these are our opinions. You're always welcome to tell us how you feel about what a commentator should do. Maybe you like when commentators make jokes and cracks. I guess there's different elements of different sports that allow those kind of things, but it is what it is.
To each their own. To each their own.
But it was overall a good week, a good weekend. We're getting ready for another great week. Mr. Z will be back with the weekly, with the Rebound podcast, where he's going to talk about some Japanese wrestling. We'll be back on Thursday with the IWCP, getting ready for what's coming up. We know there's a couple of shows in the near future, one being Ugly Dojo on April 11th. That's a Friday night. That is going to be a return to the Jack Rabbit Brewery. That's going to be fun. I don't know. Somebody earlier was asking if there's a show on the 11th. I pointed out what show is going to be there. I don't know if that means that person is going to try and work on that show. If that is any lead to anything, I'm kind of excited, but I can't say anything because I don't have anything that says, yes, this is true. I just have a little bit of knowledge that somebody was asking a question about a match or a show that's coming on April 11th. And I know this one's going down, and if they're on it, that'd be really awesome. I'd love to see them. We can't wait to see Daniel George again. Hopefully we'll get to see him. If not, we'll get to see him on April 27th in Elk Grove, California at the Soccer World Indoor Arena when the 25th anniversary of SPW goes down. One supreme night coming to you. The biggest show in SPW history, guaranteed. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to get ready for it. It's going to be something happening. Tickets are already on sale. Click on the links in the description below. Get your tickets now. We need to sell this place beyond capacity. Let's go 5. Let's go 6. Let's go 700 people. Somebody needs to tell me how many people could actually pack in this building legally. And that's the number I'm going to shoot for.
I was going to say, if we're going to shoot for a large number, let's get the fire department called there. How about that?
Let's not necessarily get the fire department called there because I don't want to get the show shut down. But somebody needs to tell me what's the max capacity so we can. That is the number I need to know. Because if we can put $1,000 in there, I say let's put $1,000 in there. I mean, hey, this is going to be not just a wrestling show. It's going to have some vendors there. I'm privy to say that there might be a vendor that we know very well that should be there. I think things are working out in that direction. I have to get confirmation before then to see if that's all going to come together, because that would be awesome.
Yes, definitely.
So we know the 27th of April is SPW's One Supreme Night, the 25th anniversary show. April 11th, Ugly Dojo returns to Jack Rabbit Brewery. If I'm correct, Ugly Dojo is going to start with 2 Matinee Mayhem shows next month. So there'll be 2 Saturday afternoon shows coming up next month. Will we be able to make both of those? It depends on what's going on in the world of us. So it'll be interesting to see. So we'll keep you informed of that. May is going to be a busy month. Lodi Comic Con is going to return. We know Rikishi's going to be at Lodi Comic Con, and so will SPW. SPW will be doing double duty on that Saturday, May 10th. And then we have SPW show in May. We have we're going up to Las Vegas for we're not going up to Las Vegas, but we're going to Reno, Nevada for Nevada Hood Slam in May. And sometime in May, maybe June, there may be some more rumblings from evening matinees, maybe. Ugly Dojo may be bringing you some late night shows, some evening shows from the Dojo house itself on a different level. A lot of things being talked about, a lot of great things being talked about that are exciting, that are fun, that we're hearing about, that we know murmurs are existing, that we can't wait to see come together and happen. And we're excited to share all of that with you. And that's what we're going to do on WCP. And we'll continue to talk about everybody else from Oasis to East Bay to SPW to WCWF and PCW and ACW and Oasis Pro and Next Level. And the list goes on. And of course, somebody's at Ugly Dojo and SPW. We're always going to talk about them.
Definitely.
And of course, we'll be back next week with another weekly roundup where we talk about everything going down in the world of wrestling. Hopefully, we'll have a much funner stories to share and tell.
I know. Before we get out there, I want to make a couple of things real clear. Acknowledge the fact that Homicide just wrestled his last match as an active pro wrestler. Homicide, big standing member of LAX, finally hanging it up. So that's, it was an honor to see him as many times as I have, whether it would be at an indie show or the time my son's first trip to a New Japan show where he wrestled Tom Lawler, and my son not knowing who Homicide was, and after he found out, that boy went to his tablet and searched up everything. So best of luck to him in his future endeavors, for sure.
Yes, no. The best Homicide. I heard the benefit for Bay went off really good. We hope for a speedy recovery for Chris Bay.
Yes.
And everything there. But we heard there was the benefit for Bay was solid.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. And I can't wait to when that man can finally step back in the ring. I mean, just after everything he's been through, hopefully he can move on and move forward with his career. And if not, enjoy retirement, man. It is what it is. Your name value still means something to everybody. We're just happy that you're able to get up and walk around, because that was a big deal.
And lots of stuff going down. We're going to keep you updated on everything that's going to go down in Vegas during Las Vegas weekend. There's lots of big GCW events, plenty of them going down. Murder Grandpa going to be all over the place. Zack Sabre Jr. going to be in town. Titus Alexander going to be in town. And then the list goes on and on. WWE opening round tournament matches going down. Our boy Jack Cartwheel going to be in town. I hear there's going to be a few people from SPW who are going to be down there creeping around, trying to find matches, trying to find bookings. We know West Coast Pro Wrestling is already booked down there. Oasis Pro. A lot of events, a lot of shows going down. A lot of Japanese wrestling going down. It's going to be a busy week. There's going to be plenty to do. WrestleCon is stacked out. The Wrestlemania world, I guess, is booked out. If you didn't get your tickets already, then you're kind of SOL. I did see tickets for Stone Cold Steve Austin at $300 and $400 a piece. So there you go. Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm only going to go there to get my shirt and call it a day. Because that's
you bought your tickets at like $85 for a one-day pass.
No, you can actually go in through the other side. There's an entrance way where you can actually go to the shop itself. They do have the access shop.
If you get in, because I heard it's going to be priority passes and people that are attending the world that'll have first access. So who knows how long that line could be? You could be out there all day.
Yeah, it is what it is. I'm out there to have a good time. Not for a long time, but I'm there for a good time.
So we'll make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for being here. We thank you for joining us on the Big Time. This is Mr. C. We will see you on the next one.
See you, folks.